Bryce Young passed for a school record 559 yards and 5 touchdowns, and number 2 Alabama clinched a spot in the Southeastern Conference championship game with a 42-35 victory Saturday over number 21 Arkansas.The Crimson Tide won its 15th consecutive game against the Razorbacks, thanks largely to the Young-to-Jameson Williams deep connection that continues to be the ultimate offensive bailout. Alabama set up a date with number 1 Georgia in Atlanta on December 4th after a visit to rival Auburn. "We left a lot of points on the board where we could have put the game away," Tide coach Nick Saban said. "And defensively, we gave up a couple of big plays, but the big thing was they were like 10 of 19 on 3rd and 4th down, so when we had opportunities to get off the field, we didn't get off the field. This one wasn't settled until Arkansas's onside kick went out of bounds with 1:02 left. The Razorbacks had stayed alive with Raheem Sanders' 17-yard touchdown catch from KJ Jefferson, but took nearly 5 minutes to get there. Young completed 31 of 40 passes to keep himself squarely in the Heisman Trophy conversation, hitting Williams for a perfect strike for a 79-yarder in double coverage and flipping the ball to Christian Leary for another touchdown when he appeared set to run.
It was the second most passing yards in the SEC, behind Mississippi State's KJ Costello, who threw for 623 yards against LSU last season. Williams caught 8 passes for 190 yards with touchdowns of 79, 32 and 40 yards. "I just feel like we execute the play as called very well, so that just happens," Williams said of the deep hookups. John Mechie also gained 173 yards on 10 catches with a touchdown. Alabama's Brian Robinson ran for 122 yards on 27 carries. The clincher was Young's 40-yarder to Williams in the end zone on 3rd and 10. It was reviewed to see if Williams had possession as he came down, and replay officials upheld the call to the relief of the Bryant-Denny Stadium crowd. That left Jefferson and Arkansas needing 2 scores in the final 5:39. But it could only deliver 1. Jefferson completed 22 of 30 passes for 326 yards and 3 touchdowns. Much of that damage was done by Treylon Burks, whose 8 catches went for 179 yards and a pair of scores. It gave Alabama double-digit wins for the 14th consecutive season, matching Florida State's FBS record set from 1987 to 2000. Young shattered the school mark of 484 passing yards set by Scott Hunter against Auburn in 1969, surpassing it with 11 minutes to play. Arkansas has come a long way since getting dominated in the last 5 meetings with Alabama by an average of 34.4 points. Jefferson delivered a big game, but the defense had no answer for Young and company. A fake field goal also went for a fourth-quarter touchdown. Alabama continues to look more beatable than last year's national championship team. Sure, the Tide racked up 671 yards, but they also allowed 468. Alabama also lost a fumble at the goal line in the 4th and gave up a sack to move out of late field goal range. Alabama would seem likely to hold firm at number 2 in the AP poll and college football rankings. The Razorbacks are good bets to fall back out of the top 25 after a 1-week return. The Razorbacks pulled to within 34-28 early in the 4th quarter with a fake field goal. Holder Reed Bowers' jump pass to tight end Blake Kern went for a 32-yard touchdown after 2 false start penalties appeared to stymie the drive. "We were trying to cover the guy and we ran into the official," Saban said. "They had run a fake field goal against LSU last week, so we actually worked against it and called the defense we wanted against it." Alabama linebacker Will Anderson Jr. had 11 tackles, a sack and 2 quarterback hurries. Anderson came in leading the nation in sacks and tackles for loss. Arkansas closes the regular season Friday against Missouri. Alabama at in-state rival Auburn for the Iron Bowl.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.